the national median house price. The CSO every month publishes a thing called the Residential Property Price Index. And the most recent one published is March of 2026. And in that, they say that the median house price is now €390,461. Now, to some of you, when you hear that figure, that is going to sound crazy cheap, because if you happen to live in Dublin, you're going to see property prices that are, if not double that, maybe treble that, maybe quadruple that. I mean, it is an expensive place to live. However, there are also people that are going to hear 390 and think, wow, that's expensive. Like, I can buy a much cheaper property than that. And so the idea of today's video is to take that exact budget figure, 390 grand, and to see exactly what is available in 3 different locations. One, here in Dublin, where I am. Then we're going to go to the commuter town that is Drogheda. And then we're going across the country to Roscommon. I found a house there at that same price in the sticks, as we would say. And so let's have a look at what exactly do you get for your money if you have a budget of 390k to spend. The first thing that you got to think about is that typically when you're going out buying a property, the price that it's listed at is not the price that you're going to get it at. The agents will list it at a price and they'll expect to get more than that price. But what I've done in this particular case is I've set the budget at 375. And I'm saying that if you go out looking at properties at 375, the likelihood is you'll probably be able to kind of do a deal around 390. That's at least the hope. Like 15k of an increase is around 5% or thereabouts. Getting into the CSO stats a little bit more carefully, and I can see that prices nationally are up 6.5% in the 12 months to March of 2026. And that is slightly down on the 6.7% that was recorded in February. Now, one of the things that we've got to remember is that different parts of the country, they grow at different paces. And so 6.5% is the average across the whole country. But there are parts of the country where it's growing faster. So if you look at Dublin is only growing at 5.7%, whereas outside of Dublin, prices have been rising at 7.2%. We have a huge variation. The highest price in the country now, the average median price, is for the Dún Laoghaire-Rathdown area, and that is 685,000. That's the median price. And then the lowest in the country is 200,000, and that is available both in Donegal and in Longford. I thought I'd start by just identifying whereabouts in the country we've chosen these 3 locations. Here's a map of Ireland, England. If we go and choose, let's say, the Dublin property first, and if I go and zoom in, you will see that as we get in closer, we can actually get a better view of where it is. So there's Dublin Bay, Howth. You can see you're not that far from Dublin. It's probably 15-minute drive into Dublin from there, except in the traffic. If I go and zoom in a little bit more, we can even go, you can see one of the things that I know this area because I grew up not far, and I also lived for 7 years just up the road. I used to run around this park quite a lot. This is Blackrock Park. There's a lovely kids playground and stuff. So that is a nice location. Got the shops next door, Blackrock Shopping Centre and the Frascati Centre. So pretty good. Also, there's the Blackrock Clinic is located there. So if this was a property for yourself, you're pretty well located. And if you were renting this, you'd have the Blackrock Clinic right next to you, which would be filled with doctors and nurses and things like that you could probably rent to. Dún Laoghaire-Rathdown is the most expensive area in the country according to the CSO stats. And so I found this apartment. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment of 43 square meters. And if we go in here, there is actually a virtual tour we can do, but I'll just take you through some of these photographs first. There's your living room. You have a balcony to step out onto, and then we have a kitchen, more of a kitchenette, I think you'd call it. That's it there. And then we go and we can take you into the bedroom. There is only 1 bedroom. And then we can take you into the bathroom, and it's a small bathroom with just a shower, toilet and sink. So that is what you get for 375,000. You can see it is small sort of hallway. And if I go and take us back into the details, you can see that the BER, the energy rating, is D1. And it's saying that the price per square meter is 8,721, which is hefty enough. That is a pretty hefty figure. There is actually a very brief tour that I can take you on. So let me do that right now and show you what it looks like. If I go into the hall and we start in the hallway, I can rotate around. You can see what you get. You go in here into your bathroom and you've got a toilet. It's pretty tight fit. You get your sink and you get your shower. We go back out to the hall. Let's step into the bedroom. You got your window looking out. You've got your double bed. You've got your wardrobe, and then that's it. And then we go back in and into our living room. And the living room has enough room for a little table there for dinner, and then a sofa, and you've got your fireplace. That is obviously not a real fireplace because you don't put chimneys into apartment buildings generally. And if I take it over to that area there, you can go out onto the balcony. I think I click this button to do that. There's your view. Not a bad view. Like, that's Howth and that's a Dublin Bay there. So you're looking out, but it's pretty small. As you can see, it's a very, very narrow balcony. So it's really just like you can't eat out there. You're literally just able to step out onto it. And then we'll take a quick look at our kitchen, which presents well, but pretty small. You've got your kitchen fridge freezer there, I imagine, and then you've got your cooker with your hob, oven, microwave, and then there you go. That's everything that you get for $375. I'd love to know your comments down in the comments section. What do you think of that? Does that look like a good deal to you, or does that look outrageous? Let me know in the comments below. We're going to go to Drogheda now in this case. And so as you can see, Drogheda, not that far north of Dublin. And you can see it there. If we go and zoom in a bit, you got this main road, the M1. It's a motorway all the way up. And you can see as we get into the town there. So there's a big bridge called the Mary McAleese Bridge that crosses this river. At this point, it's quite a well-known landmark. And when you come off of that bridge, you can see that you're just across the other side of the town there. So let me go and zoom in a little bit and we'll just see what does it look like. Okay, so there you go, right in the middle of the town. You've got the stadium nearby and plenty of housing in this area. All right, so our next property in the same price range as the one in Dublin, $375 for 11 Flaxmill Court in Drogheda. Now this is currently for sale, as is the other one. What you're getting in this case is a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom, 125 meter square, and it's a terrace house. The BER, the energy rating, is B2. Price per square meter is 3,000, so less than half of the previous figure. And let's go and have a look at some of the photographs here. This will just give you an idea. Now, one thing I will say, as big as it is and everything, it is being presented pretty shabby. If you look up at the roof line there, look at all of the weeds or whatever you have growing out of that gutter. That's pretty badly presented now. We go and have a look in the hallway. So, tiled floor and a decent enough hallway. You've got your staircase, you've got your understairs toilet. We go into the front room. If you can see, there was maybe a fireplace. It's been blocked up. I don't see why else you would have. That's probably how they have the energy rating of a B, because otherwise you would have a fireplace here that would reduce your energy rating. Here's your understairs toilet, and we take it into the kitchen now. Much bigger kitchen. You can see I have an area of dining space in the kitchen. You've got your washing machine, your cooker, hob, sink, and then your big fridge over here. Taking another photograph, up the stairs we go. So this is a 3-story house. We go to the first bedroom, and this is really, generous enough in size. I'll take you through a quick video shortly, but while we're looking at this here, you can see it's got a fireplace in it. That is probably the same fire breast that we saw blocked up below, but it's actually operational here. I wonder if that's a real fire. Probably not, but I don't know enough. In here we have the bathroom, literally with a bath, a curtain shower, and then we go into the room. There's a study, I guess you could call this, but it is a full-size bedroom, angled door. You've got your wardrobe, and then it has its own ensuite bathroom. Then we go and we have a look at the top floor where there is another bedroom. You have actually a balcony off of this bedroom, which is good. There you go. And then we have an ensuite bathroom with a shower, step-in shower, which is better than the curtain shower. And then you look here, you got your rear garden. It's a small enough rear garden, but it's a lot better than the apartment. You can tell the age of these places by all the satellite dishes. Nowadays we don't need the satellite dishes, but there was a time when everybody needed a satellite dish, and so they clutter up and nobody ever removes them. Now if I go back to this, we can actually watch a video, but I'll take you through some of the details first. 4-bedroom terrace property, 125 square meters, gas-fired central heating. That's what the GFCH means. And then south-facing rear orientation. That does make it attractive. South-facing is what people like. Certainly families who are buying always like a sunny rear aspect. You can sit out in your back garden. And there you go. It's in a quiet cul-de-sac, so that'll be nice for families with children. And then if we go down to the bottom, here you go. We have a little bit of a video that I'm going to put on. Alright guys, I'm curious what you think of that one. Drogheda, would you drive every day up and down? COVID changed everything in the country, in my opinion, because a lot of people would have lived closer to Dublin because they had to work there 5 days a week. But nowadays, with flexible working arrangements, people are working 2 days in the office and then the rest of the time they work from home. So it does make the commuter belt or the commuter towns like Drogheda, I guess, more attractive because you can have a bigger property for less of the price. And those few times that you do have to drive up to Dublin to do your job or whatever it is, I think probably makes sense. Let me know down below in the comments, what would you think of this property? Do you think they should have done a bit of a job on the gutters and stuff like that? Just stands out to me as I don't know, there's something about that just presents badly. And then we go and take a look at Roscommon. So you can see we're kind of halfway across to the west coast, a little more than halfway. Roscommon is this county here. Athlone is nearby. We go and zoom in a little bit closer. This is the location of the house. So it's inside the Galway-Roscommon border there. Zoom in a little bit. You can see it is a rural area. There is a lot of fields, a lot of land, a lot of farms, I imagine. This would be, a remote enough location. Like I don't see, let's have a look for the nearest town. If you wanted to go and do your daily shop up, where would you be going? I guess you're going to go to, this looks like a village. And then if you go out a little bit further, what do we see in terms of a town? To go a fair bit out. Athlone looks like the closest. So there's Athlone there. So I guess, yeah, that would be your nearest sort of town, large town, would be Athlone. Not too far, but there is no doubt it is a rural location. All right, so let's have a look at Grinstead Place, which is the name of the house in Lisnamuckla, by the looks of it. Ballinasloe is your address, County Roscommon. So as you can see, it comes with a sizable piece of land. It is a 6-bedroom, 4-bathroom house of 200 square meters. And so the price, it's fully detached, as you can see, and the price per square meter, 1,872. So it's again half of what the previous one was. So let's go and take a look at some of these photographs. I will say it's a decent bit of land with it. If we go to the next photograph, you can see it comes with this whole plot of land. But if I go back, it is a dated looking house. Just like, that's my first impression. Maybe a paint job could improve that, but this red and yellow just certainly doesn't do it for me. Let's keep on going. You can see it's a lot of green, a lot of fields around you. And there you go, there's the entrance. Now, they haven't put in a tarmacadam driveway. It's a kind of a gravelly driveway, as you can see. I'd say that gets pretty mucky in the winter. Okay, so your entrance hall certainly needs some work. It is quite a dated looking, this red and this kind of varnished look. I'm not a fan of this style for sure. It's quite a bit out of date, but I guess you could easily enough renovate this place. This is obviously some sort of I guess it's like an entrance lobby that you come in off of. You've got a dining room, you've got a living room, you've got your dining room again with a door into the kitchen. You've got this kind of sunroom kitchen with the old aga, I think you call that. And then you've got a utility room with your door out to the back garden. And then we go upstairs. So there's a sizable front bedroom, another bedroom. You got your bathroom, main bathroom. You've got ensuite by the looks of it. And then you've got a large hallway that the stairs comes up the middle, and then you've got your rooms off of to the side. Now this comes with there's another bathroom, as you can see. This room here, somebody is way into the collection of music. This is impressive. And then you have another room, and like it's hard to imagine a bigger contrast between the one bedroom in Dublin and this. And look at that view, lots of green. So there you go. Let's go and have a look at the tour. There is a tour of the property. We can see that it is coming with 1.6 acres of land and paddock. It's 1.5 kilometers from Dysart village with a shop, church, pub and soccer pitch. 2 national schools nearby. And then a secondary school bus route available. That's important for people that would be looking at this house, because it's a family going to be buying a 6-bedroom. Anyway, I take you down here and you can see it is a C1 energy rating. So slightly older property. I'll jump into this tour and we can start. I think what we'll do though is we'll start downstairs. So go downstairs and go to the entrance hallway, which is this room here. This is what we just looked at. So you come in through your main door and you come into your hallway, and then your hallway, we looked at this earlier, you got your stairs going up, and you've got off of the hall is, I guess it's a guest bedroom. So somebody has a room on the ground floor, and then they also have a little mini walk-in wardrobe by the looks of it, and then you can go into your ensuite off of that. So you've got a step-in shower, and there you go. So we'll go back out to the hall, and then across from that entrance is the main living room. So you can see front living room, you've got your fireplace, which is a real fire by the looks of it, and then you've got your television, and this doorway goes into the dining room. So we go through here and you're in your dining room. Seats, 6, looks like you could sit 8 at that table comfortably enough. That's your way into the living room again, and then this is the entrance into the sunroom. So you've got your sunroom. This looks like an extension that was added, and you've got glass on all sides. We'll go back into our dining room, and if we go into this should take us into our dining room, and then we can go through here into our kitchen. So it's a very spacious kitchen. You've got your sink looking out onto the back garden, which is quite traditional. You got your cooker, and you have your oven, and you have your aga as well. And then I'm guessing the refrigerator is behind that door there. And then you've got your way out into your utility room where you've got the washing machine, things like that. So this is a big house in comparison. And Let me take you over. Oh yeah, we also have another bedroom. I'll just take you back to the hall, and if we turn around and we point down to this side, you can see there is a bathroom. This is the downstairs bathroom, a sizable bath and shower as well. And then back out into the hall, and there is a bedroom in this to the left here. So there's your bedroom. So you've got 2 bedrooms on the downstairs on the ground floor, and then we go through here, and here's our ensuite with a shower and a toilet. Pretty simple and straightforward. Got to take you back to the hall, and we'll go upstairs now and just see. All right, heading up the hall heading upstairs to the landing, the top of the stairs landing. And as you can see, you've got these bedrooms all opening off the stairway. So this here is a bathroom, top floor bathroom, fairly traditional looking. Back out into the hallway, and the next room is this Vicarage Road. So I think this is the man cave. Certainly guy loves his music. So we have some interesting is right. Lots and lots of music. Wow, this person loved his music. And then we have huge CD collection. So impressive stuff. Let's go back out into the hall, and the final bedroom down here. You can see this is the front of the house. Those are those dormer windows. So you've got your front bedroom. Back out into the hall, and we go to the other side of the hall, and we go through this door. There you go, front bedroom to the other side, and it's like a nursery by the looks of it. Back out to the hall, and we go over to this side, and this door here takes us into the final bedroom. So very spacious house, as you can see. We've done all the bedrooms upstairs, all the bedrooms downstairs. All right, guys, so what do you think? What is your preference? If you had to choose between those 3 houses, which one would get your vote? I'd love to know whether you would be thinking about this from a residential home point of view, or whether you'd be thinking about it as a investment property. Be interesting to see which one gets your vote. Anyway, let's have a look. Put down a comment down below on what you think. And I'm curious to know, do you like this type of video? Because there's quite a few other categories that I'm looking at, and I'm thinking about looking at prices, not just in this country, but compare, say, Dublin property with a property in another country and another country. See what that looks like. Let me know down below what you think of that, whether you'd like it. And the final verdict, which one would you choose? What do you think of those prices? Do you think it's crazy? Does it look good value? I'm just curious what you think, and hope you found this one useful, guys. See you in the next one.